Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Franklin half dollar from 1962. This is one of them right here. In 1962 they made 3.2 million at Philadelphia that were the proof coins, and this is not one of those. And those are the ones that are much more expensive, except that there's some error varieties in the regular coin. So this is the Philadelphia Mint regular coin. And how can we tell? Well, what we have to do is actually turn it over. And we look up near the top and we see that there is no mint mark above the bell. What does a mint mark above the bell look like? This. So see up above the bell, there's the D there for the Denver Mint. And so the Philadelphia Mint, which is the bottom one here, in 1962, they made 9.7 million. At the Denver Mint, they made 35.5 million. So the Denver Mints are nowhere near as scarce, but they're about the same value. The thing that's most valuable about these coins is not the mint mark, however, it's not the back either, but just look at the back first. It says United States of America over the top of the Liberty Bell. On the left it says E Pluribus Unum. On the right we see the eagle. Not much definition there. If you get a really good defined one, you can actually read the words on the Liberty Bell a little bit. Franklin half had come out in 1948. They're 90% silver, weigh 12.5 grams. 30.6 millimeters in diameter and 2.15 millimeters in thickness. Just a great half dollar. It's engraved by John Sinek and Gilroy Roberts. John Sinek did the front and helped with the back. Gilroy Roberts, of course, is if I can fix that, Gilroy Roberts, of course, is the man who did the Kennedy half dollar in 1964. And that's the big deal. Well, of course, in 1962, they did not know that Kennedy was going to get assassinated. He had just been elected president. No plans whatsoever of putting him on a coin. He had just beaten Richard Nixon, very close election. It says half dollar at the bottom. If we tip it up, you can see that it is indeed a silver coin. No copper nickel cladding in there. We flip it over to the front, and we see that it says 1962. And as I said, there were some proof coins in 1962, but there were also some coins, the so-called Bugs Bunny variety. And this is that 1962 Bugs Bunny variety from the PCGS website. You can see here at the top 50 cents, Bugs Bunny FS401, the regular strike Franklin half dollar, and this is the series that it's from, the 48 to 63. If we scroll it down a little bit, you see that this is a Mint State 65 here, and this is the PCGS number, the 5114 number. And if we go down here, we see that these have sold for around $350, and they minted about 9.7 million at the Philadelphia Mint. Let's get a little closer in and see if we can see what that Bugs Bunny variety looks like, because right now, if you look at the lips on here, you cannot see anything that kind of would indicate that to you. So if we go down here, we can actually magnify this, and you see how slight this is when we move this back and forth. There's just that little chip at the front of his lips where it looks like there's a tooth with a space behind it. That's how little you might get on this, an indicator on this Bugs Bunny variety. So don't look for anything huge, and we'll show you some of our coins later and you'll see something that looks very similar, or maybe even better than this. But here's the other thing you got to look for on these, and that is when you get here, you need to make sure that this coin also has the full bell line. And you can see these lines that go across here and here, and it really would need to have the full bell line on a lot of these to get full value. You see this one has a destroyed bell line right through there, but still there's enough of it there to get up to the Mint State 65, and that's where you get a lot of your value. And you can, if you want to double check, just go up to the top here. You see right there that there is nothing over the top of the bell, and so we know this is a Philadelphia coin, and we can tell just by the shininess here of this whole coin that it's not shiny enough to be a proof coin. All right, so let's get back to our coins and see if we can find that Bugs Bunny variety in our coins. You see Franklin facing to the right, Liberty over his head, In God We Trust down here below, 1962. If we tip it right up here, we see a JRS, and that's for the John R. Sinek, and he was the only engraver of the front. And those of you who know the dimes, or would that be the nickels? He engraved the nickels with a JS. And on the back, if we want to find the initials, we are not going to find them. So you can tip it up, you can look back and forth all you want, and you're not going to see the initials on this coin here. However, what we do want to look for on the front is the so-called Bugs Bunny die clash. And on the Bugs Bunny die clash, in between Franklin's lips right here, you can see a couple of teeth. It appears on many of the Franklin half dollars from 55 on. You might find the Bugs Bunny variety. So let's take a look and see if we don't have it on this one. Let's take a look through some other half dollars and see if we have it on any of them. Nothing on that one. Might as well look through them, right? Nothing there. Looks like it's a little funky, but no. Nothing there. So you notice how some of these are just... This one's actually a 52, so I don't know that they noticed it by 52. Here's a 58. And, oh, look at the no lips variety. Maybe that should be a variety too. This one, his lips are essentially not on there at all. That's not the Bugs Bunny though. There's a 59. But that's where the die clash. See this little extra bump there? This is not a good example of it, but it's something similar to this. This is as close as you can get without actually being it. See that little bump there? And it looks kind of like a tooth. So if you have it right about like that, it almost looks like a tooth sticking out. So it looks something like that, except it's more pronounced. Nothing on this one. We got 3 more to go. Nothing on C. How that is pretty wide open, so nothing there. This one here, nothing. This one here, nothing. So the best we're going to do is that, we can find it again. This one right here is like, I guess you would call it a partial Bugs Bunny. It's a 1959. If you can find one of those, you're probably talking between $30 and $50. However, we don't have that for our 1962 coin that we have today. We just have a regular one. So how much is this one worth? Well, remember it has about $8 worth of silver, so normally you go in and they're going to charge you about $10 for one of these. If you have it in good condition up to uncirculated, the 1962 Philly will get you between $13 and $15. There is also a Type 2 reverse, but that's only on the proof coin. And on the Type 2 reverse, the eagle has 3 wing feathers left of the perch rather than 4. And I'll show you where those wing feathers are, but of course, so you would actually count these wing feathers down here, except, as I said, this is not a proof coin, so you won't be able to see any difference on this one. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Coinworld International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Leave any comments you might have in the comment section.